Like the first thing that came to mind was me wearing like protective styles and acting as if they were protectors whenever really I was hiding behind them.
Yeah.
Um, and what I remember, this is the first time that I've had any sort of weave or any sort of protective style in like more than a year, because like I grew up like I'm Haitian and my mom was just always like, your hair is bad. Like,
Oh, come on, Mom.
and so she was just like, when I was 7, I got a perm, and then I was on the swim team. I was a really
Yeah.
great swimmer,
Okay.
but then of course my hair.
Yeah.
So then I went through high school like not really taking care of my hair. So I was just like, okay, I have to put on a protective style.
Right. Quote,
Like
unquote.
kinky twists, right?
Yeah.
But I also came from like a low income family.
Yeah.
So it wasn't like affordable for me to just go do my hair all the time. And I remember this one time I left some micro braid kinky twists in my head for like 3.5 months because I didn't want to take them out. Like, because
Yeah.
I knew my mom didn't have money to
To
put them
get them
back
redone.
in.
Yeah.
And I didn't want to hear that shit because I grew up in Houston and I grew up in A-Leap, and it's like a mostly black. Like I grew up on Bel Air across the street from Chinatown, like right next to a pupuseria.
Okay.
And in
Come
a
on, paint it
neighborhood
for
like
me,
with
paint it.
Chinatown, you know.
Yeah.
So it's like all this diversity, but what was always consistent was anti-blackness,
Okay.
right? And I mean, we're at this event right now, and I just talked to the artist who performed, who was talking about being biracial. It was interesting. She was talking about growing up, like craving blackness, and also feeling like a lot of the culture around her is our culture, which is anti-black, right?
Yeah.
And then like me thinking, but what she did, what I really appreciated was in her piece, she like gave herself forgiveness too, right? Because like you're a child. So like I was a child, it wasn't like I didn't want to be black. It was just like my hair is embarrassing. Like I don't want anyone, I don't want any of the kids to say nothing.
Yeah, because kids are
you
mean,
know,
bro.
and I was too. So it's like
Dang, it was one of them.
I was one of them. So I knew better than to show up
Yeah.
at school with my hair looking the way it was. But also I remember it got to one point where like the end of my like sophomore year, I'm doing amazing, right?
Okay.
Like I'm just happy.
Yeah.
But I left my braids in for so long that they had turned into like little dreadlocks at the
Yeah,
top.
yeah.
I had to cut off my hair piece
They wouldn't
by
come out?
piece. They wouldn't come out.
Yo.
And I was just crying, and I was just cutting my hair. But then I was bald, and my best friend at the time was a black man.
Okay.
A gay black man, my best friend, Patrick.
Mm-hmm.
And he just like, you know, I was like, he was there. I called him whenever I had to cut my hair off. Like, I didn't even let my mom in. I just called
Yeah.
Patrick. And he came and he talked to me, and he just like looked at me and just like real person to person, like heart to heart, was just like, you're beautiful, like relax.
Yeah.
And it like it broke my heart, all that, but then it was also like really beautiful first off to have someone kind of see that
Yeah.
and just speak to that even as a young person.
Speaking into you.
Yeah, you know, and also like for me too, it was just like liberating because this thing that I had been like so afraid of just all of a sudden happened. As shocking as it was to have no hair,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah. After hiding behind
After
it for
hiding
so long.
behind it,
Yeah.
yeah, and so you know, it felt really good to go to school the next day and like just to be like, I'm, you know, fuck the bullshit.
Yeah.
You know, like I smoked
I'm
a lot
here,
of
this
weed.
is
I was
it.
like, honestly, like,
Yeah.
you know, because
Yeah.
at the end of the day, it's like me is me. And I found too through short hair. This is my first time with hair, like I said, for a year because I cut my hair again. I had
Right.
freeform locks for like 2 years, just like really diving into like how we as black people can really like, or me myself as an individual, like how can I love myself to my fullest extent?
Right.
That means
Not
like,
just pieces. of
not
you.
just pieces,
Yeah,
because I don't
yeah.
want to be reduced to a piece anymore. Like that's happening so much.
Yeah.
The systems do it, whatever. Like, but what ultimately hurts the most is whenever you go home and you do it to yourself.
Right.
You know.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Okay. Thank you for sharing with me. I
Yeah.
appreciate that.
Damn, I
We're
didn't think I
finna
was gonna say all that.
right, but that's why this is so beautiful. It's like people get up here and they just talk, and I
Yeah.
appreciate it because I don't have to drag it out of anybody because I
Yeah.
feel like this is like and some folks, they may not have even ever had a conversation like this before, just talking about their hair or experiences with their hair. But as soon as you ask that question, it starts to come like to the forefront, and you start to realize that these things may have impacted you more than you've ever realized, you know?
Yeah.
Or maybe you have realized
Yeah,
it and
exactly.
you've just personally dealt with it, but now we're opening it so it can be a conversation. conversation like, amongst us. You know?
Life always makes sense whenever you really look back at it and you're like, oh, all of this happened.
Yeah.
You know, whether, you know, like that forgiveness piece, that compassion piece is so important because, like, as Black women, we're told that we have to be the bearers of everything.
Right.
You know, we have to take responsibility. We have to take responsibility for that. But, like, what about taking responsibility for just being like, it's okay.
Yeah.
How I am is okay.
Yeah.
Like,
We gotta be more
know?
gentle
Yeah,
with ourselves, for real.
That's why I
Yeah.
love your music too.
Oh,
Very
thank
brown,
you.
brown, like
I'm
just
working on some
chilling
new
it,
stuff.
just
Yeah.
chilling it.
Yeah, I love that. Okay, so we're about to transition from this
Come
beautiful
on, let's get it
moment
out.
into the bliss. Okay.
Let's go.
Okay. So these are cute. These are
Okay.
real cute. Barrettes or knocker balls?
Knocker balls.
Tea tree or jojoba?
Tea tree.
Coconut oil or shea butter?
Ooh, depends. Coconut for the body, shea for the face.
Okay, I like that. Corn rolls or singles?
Singles.
Up or down?
Up.
Twist or braid?
Twist.
Jam or gel?
Jam.
Bobby pin or rubber band?
Rubber band.
Brush or comb?
Comb.
Grease or oil?
Oil.
Slicked or puffed?
Puffed. Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
That
Thank
was
you.
fun.
Yeah.
I feel like we were freestyling. We just need
Oh my
some.
God.